Alright, so Daredevil Born Again dropped its 2 episode premiere. I originally thought about covering episode 2 of my episode 1 review, but as I was watching episode 2, I realized this feels like a completely different show in terms of tone and vibe. So instead, I figured I'd pair episode 2 with episode 3, because honestly, those two flow together way better. So let's dive in. Episode 2 opens with Fisk's first speech as mayor of New York, where he makes it clear he's banning all vigilantes. Then we cut to a subway scene. A guy tries to break up a fight between 3 men, but during the scuffle, one of them falls into the tracks and gets hit by a train. As it turns out, that man and his partner were cops. Over at City Hall, Fisk is settling into his new role as mayor, navigating the responsibilities that come with it. Meanwhile, Matt meets with a client at the police station, but while there, he overhears an intense interrogation happening. This is where we're introduced to Hector Ayala, aka White Tiger, who's accused of killing Officer Shanna, the man that got killed by the train. Matt listens to Hector's story, using his enhanced hearing to confirm he's telling the truth. Matt decides to take on his case, even though his team, Cherry and McDuffie, are hesitant at first. Meanwhile, Fisk gains publicity for giving the okay to fix a pothole that's been causing traffic delays. In court, Matt and Kristen represent Hector in front of a packed room of police officers. The DA, Hawkberg, wants Hector held without bond, and the judge agrees instantly. Matt argues Hector's a military vet and a community leader, but Judge Cooper ignores it. Meanwhile, at City Hall, BB York tricks Fisk's aide, Daniel Blake, into letting her meet with Fisk. During the meeting, BB informs Fisk that Police Chief Gallo intends on retiring soon, which would cause the majority of the police force to quit and protest. When BB asks about Vanessa, Fisk cuts the meeting short and sends her away. Later, at Shanna's funeral, Fisk runs into Police Chief Gallo, who confronts him about his past and questions why he's gone straight. Gallo makes it clear that he doesn't intend to cooperate with Fisk. Back on Matt's side, he sends Cherry and McDuffie to dig into Hector's past as he believes there's more to Hector than he leads on. During a visit to Hector's wife, Cherry finds out he's White Tiger by discovering his costume in the bedroom. Cherry informs Matt about this and he confronts Hector and Rikers. Hector admits he took up the mantle because, with Daredevil gone, someone had to protect the streets. Meanwhile, at City Hall, Gallo meets with Fisk to send in his resignation, but Fisk refuses to accept it. Instead, he blackmails Gallo with a photo of his secret child and keeps him as police chief. Later, Fisk and Vanessa go to couples therapy. During the session, Vanessa reveals she ran Fisk's empire while he was away and it flourished under her leadership. Due to her husband returning, she's not sure how she feels about him. Fisk admits that he was attacked by a vigilante, which caused him to be away for a while. Later, Matt tracks down a witness named Nikki Torres and convinces him to testify to clear Hector's name. Matt then helps Torres escape from corrupt officers and confronts them. Both officers begin to beat up Matt and intend on killing him. Reluctantly, Matt defends himself, and he doesn't hold back. He takes down both officers and brutally beats them, and the episode ends. I gotta say, I respect how both Matt and Fisk want to avoid slipping back into their old ways. Matt trying to work through the legal system, and Fisk trying to be a respectable mayor. But this episode makes it clear, neither of them can fully leave that life behind. Also, it's kinda wild people actually elected Fisk, a known felon, as mayor. Fisk isn't fully reformed. His little interaction with Gallo proves that, using blackmail to keep him in line. During the meeting between Fisk and BB, he sees her as someone who's used to being underestimated, what he plans to exploit. It's also crazy for him to be meeting with her, knowing damn well what he did to her uncle Ben. Holy shit. That's peak Fisk right there. This is random, but I find the interaction between BB and Daniel Blake hilarious. When they're talking, she says they can be friends for political benefits, which is nasty work, not gonna lie. On Matt's side, I think it's kinda hypocritical of him to tell Hector not to be a vigilante. Hector makes a good point. With Daredevil gone, someone has to protect the people. But I get why Matt's conflicted. He's been through a lot, especially with Foggy gone. But Matt falls back into his old ways and follows Officer Powell, who attempts to locate and kill the witness who can help clear Hector's name. During the apartment scene, you can see that Matt was reluctant to defend himself from the police officers, but has to as they try to kill him. After doing that, he's upset by it. Honestly, I think episode 2 is a lot stronger than episode 1. The stakes feel real and I'm way more invested now. So, let's move on to episode 3. The episode opens with Matt visiting Hector in prison, promising him he'll get him out and be able to see his family again. Meanwhile, a double homicide occurs at Red Hook Pier, which causes tensions in the criminal underworld. At the courthouse, Matt is confronted by Officer Powell, who tries to threaten Matt about their confrontation in Nikki Torres' apartment and him interfering with an investigation. But Matt rebuttals, stating that Powell was attempting to do witness tampering, which is a more serious offense. During the trial, Powell gets decided what happened during the night Shanna died. Meanwhile, Cherry is tasked with getting Torres to the trial unharmed. Torres is cross-examined by Matt, but ends up going against his word and states he wasn't present at the time of the incident. Matt then has Torres removed from the stand. Meanwhile, Cashman goes to visit the 5 families and settles the tensions between them by paying restitution for the truck hijacking. In marriage counseling, Vanessa reveals she sent Cashman to settle the 5 families' dispute, a move Fisk admires, though he insists chaos is needed to rebuild order. Back at the office, Matt, Kirsten, and Cherry come up with a defense plan that'll help him secure victory in the trial. Back in court, Hector takes a stand and testifies, telling his side of what happened that night in the subway station. Matt brings up that Hector always risks his life to help other people. Then he shockingly reveals Hector's identity as White Tiger, which causes commotion in the courtroom. After order is restored, a couple of witnesses take the stand and give testimonies of White Tiger's bravery, followed by Kirsten reading police reports of his heroics. After deliberation, Hector is found not guilty and cleared of his crimes. Matt celebrates the victory by having dinner with his girlfriend, Heather. Later, Fisk meets with BB Urick and agrees to an interview, doubling down on his no vigilante stance. White Tiger goes out on patrol but is ambushed and killed by a man in a Punisher costume sent by Fisk as the episode ends. Fisk and Vanessa's relationship is interesting. Fisk doesn't want to be involved with the warring crime families, wanting them to kill each other while he works on attaining his goals. Vanessa, on the other hand, doesn't want the families to continue to fight each other as it leads to bigger problems. So she goes behind Fisk's back and sends their assistant, Cashman, to rectify the wrongs of the gangs. Fisk admires Vanessa for not wanting to just stand by, but goes on to say that chaos is needed to build stronger order. I do find it intriguing that Vanessa believes Fisk is punishing her for her affair with another man when Fisk was away. This episode did have some good courtroom drama, and I forgot it was a superhero show for a second. When Matt revealed the White Tiger mask, I was shocked. That reveal had Hector looking like Squidward. I do enjoy the jail scene between Matt and Hector. Matt tells Hector that he won't be White Tiger anymore after the trial, and Hector states that White Tiger isn't just a suit he puts on, but it's who he is. He then states that it's a calling that chose him, and taking that away from him is like killing him. I feel as though Matt can't deny Hector that, as Daredevil is as much as him as he is Matt Murdock. That was a pretty cool interaction between both characters. Another scene I liked was when Matt was examining Hector. Matt asks Hector why he does what he does, and he says it's the right thing to do. Then a couple of witnesses went on to testify all the good White Tiger did, as well as some police reports describing his heroics. Hallberg's speech talking about human beings being capable of doing good and wrong almost had me, but then it devolved into some bullshit. I was happy that Hector was found not guilty on all charges. I ain't gonna hold you, I was jumping up and down clapping in my living room.
Round of applause, y'all!
I was really shocked how White Tiger went out like that, being ambushed and murdered by a man in a Punisher suit. Overall, episodes 2 and 3 really picked up the pace and improved over episode 1. The courtroom drama, mixed with the street level crime, feels true to Daredevil, and seeing both Matt and Fisk struggle to hold on to their new selves adds a lot of depth. Also, White Tiger was a great addition, and it's a shame we lost him so soon. Anyway, let me know how you guys think about these episodes. Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more breakdowns. Thanks for watching.